same way people want to change their sex, other people want to change their sex to match their insides, to match their gender, their individual gender. I would like, I'd really like if my outside could match how I feel on the inside. And the way I feel on the inside is a combination. I'm a very androgynous person, and I wish that my body would, was on the same wavelength as that, like, I find that instead of being a combination, a beautiful combination of both, I feel anyway that my body isn't as masculine as I'd like it. I mean, I'm not saying that I want it, like, fully male, but, I don't know, it's a really weird thing, because passing is really important to me. I don't like to be perceived as female, it's definitely very important to me to pass when I'm out in public. I don't bind. I don't have a binder, can't afford it. I don't use ace bandage, I don't use anything, I just wear layers, which is, like, really easy in the winter, to be completely honest, like, I fucking get cold as shit in the winter. Like, I'll be wearing a fucking t-shirt, a button-down, a hoodie, and a jacket, so I have all my layers, everything's good, and I feel totally content and comfortable, because I'm passing. And yet, even though it's very important to me to pass, and if I could snap my fingers and fucking wear a binder and have it not hurt, by the way, because I hear that shit hurts. I mean, even if it did hurt, I'd wear it anyway. Well, I don't know, I've never tried, but pretty sure if someone said, hey, here's a binder, you wanna try it? I'd fucking put that shit on. But yeah, like, even though I have this need to pass, pronouns bother me. I don't like pronouns, I don't. I'm definitely I prefer no pronouns at all, because depending on the day and how I'm feeling that day, if someone says, uses female pronouns, it says she and her, it can really piss me off. Like, if what I'm wanting to hear is male pronouns on that day, and that day you're saying, she and her, and this is my daughter, like, when my mom introduces me, it makes me extremely uncomfortable, and it really pisses me off. But then there's other days where I'll get, him and he, and sir, and, like, on those certain days, I'm like, who the fuck are you, I definitely have more of the, like, getting male pronouns and actually being upset over them isn't very often. Most of the time, I prefer male pronouns, if any, if any. Like I said, that's why I like no pronouns whatsoever. It's like, you don't, don't say he, don't say him, don't say she, don't say her, just say cheddar. Because I don't know how I'm gonna feel on that time that you say it, One day you may say the right thing, you may get it right that day, and, that shit makes me happy. Like, a lot of the time, I feel that I get female pronouns so often that when I get the male pronouns, you know, I hang on to that shit. You know, I fucking love that shit. Like, it's people in public that I don't know where I'm getting, where I'm passing. And then when I'm around the people that I do know and I'm getting the female pronouns, it's just making me really uncomfortable. It's like, I get it. You don't want to use male pronouns. That makes you uncomfortable. Then just don't use any at all, and that'll make me comfortable. Because then, yeah, no one's offended. And when I say no one's offended, that means that person's not offended. Because maybe they're not used to changing their thinking on the process. And I'm comfortable because, yeah, that could offend me. You could use the wrong fucking pronoun, so just don't use any at all, and, you know, we're both gonna be happy. Wow, I just went into, like, a whole rant on pronouns. Point is, obviously, I care about passing. I like passing. And yet I'm very clear that, it's very clear that it's genderqueer. I don't want to be fully male, but I do want to have some facets of masculinity, you know, like, I want top surgery. I do, like, you know, a flat chest would be really nice, especially since I'm big-chested. And to be honest, now I mention that, with the genderqueerness, like, I don't necessarily know if I'd mind keeping tits, you know? Not a big fan of the idea of, like, what if I get chest surgery and I don't like it? Like, maybe it doesn't look very good, or I fucking regret it, because shit like that can happen. So, if it doesn't come out to the way I envisioned it, I could be, like, really disappointed, you know, that this is what I pictured, you know, when I close my eyes, this is what my chest should look like, and then it doesn't look like that. That could be very upsetting for me. So that would fucking suck. So I think about just being smaller chested. And I feel like I'm probably, if I can ever afford to do these things, I'm probably going to be that person who, what's it called? Not an implant, but reduction, okay? So I'm probably going to be that person who gets, like, a reduction, and then see how I feel about that. And then if I'm still not content with, you know, I've got smaller, you know, but now I'm realizing that I don't want any at all, then I would go and get top surgery. But I think it'd be easier to figure out if that's truly what I want if I wasn't so screwed in the department of having so much. You know? Like, it would just be much better if I had little. For me, it's my clothes, you know, like how my clothes look on my body. It doesn't look good, you know? Yeah, I think t-shirts look better when you're flat-chested. On me, anyway. Like, on me. Obviously on ladies, you know? Keep doing what you're doing, babies, but, for me, yeah, not feeling protruding, you know, with my t-shirts. It's not cool. And let's not forget back pain, you know, it's pretty painful. being big chested. Like, I don't know how it must feel having barely any there, but it must be fucking awesome. Like having A cups, you know? Shit. Playing sports, it sucks, dude. Like, having so much fucking sucks. Your back hurts. You get paranoid, like, running because everything's, you know, as you're running, and yeah, it's not as sexy when it's happening to you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, back hurts. It really gets in the way of sports, like my actual athletic capability, but not only that, even just my paranoia and my dysphoria and just my self-consciousness. I'm just like so conscious of the fact that everything's moving, you know? That's not cool. I'd like the muscle and fries with that. Straight up. The muscle. Ooh, you know? I would love to be rich. To have more muscle, man. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things about testosterone that is so appealing to me is the muscle. You know, that's awesome. Even if it's not like about muscle, but just straightening everything out, like I'm really female, you know, and that's not a bad thing on certain people if that's what they want and that's what they like. I personally don't like it, you know. I've got that curvy, you know, pear shit going on, and I don't like it. I have like a huge ass and hips and tits and I didn't order this. Wrong order. I didn't, man. Yeah, so some muscle would be nice. A deeper voice. I wouldn't say like too much deeper, you know? I don't know if I really want it like too deep, but I definitely want, you know, some deepness would be nice. When it comes to hair, the way I feel about hair is I personally, my legs, and my underarms, it's got hairiness going on, and I like that hairiness, you know? Whatever, haterade, you know, I like it. That's all that matters. But I'm not a big fan of facial hair. And that's like shit that I already have. You know, like I have like a mustache and I've got like a beard, but it's like curly, you know, curly little pieces. Not fun, man. But anyways, when I go to my barber, he shaves my cheeks, right? And he shapes out my sideburns, which I have, and I like my sideburns. You know, I like that. I like the sideburns. I like the hair on my head. I don't like the idea of losing hair, having receding hairline. No. So, I don't want to lose any of this. What's going on here? I like having the option of going, you know what, I'm going to have like very little hair, or I'm going to have a lot of hair, but being able to fucking make my choice, not have anyone choose it for me, okay? So, no receding hairline, I don't want that. But I don't want any more facial hair. The fact that I already have, like, the hair here, and obviously it's peach fuzz, right? But that's enough for me. I don't need any more. And then I've got my little weird little shaped beard going on. I don't want any more there, because I take care of that shit. Obviously, I didn't today when I got my hair cut, but usually so my barber, he shaves the cheeks, and then I go and get my mustache threaded, my little beard here, and my one brow, and make it into two, you know. But yeah, so facial hair, I'm not a fan of facial hair. I feel my arms, you know. I've got hairy arms. I've got a treasure trail, which I like. I like my treasure trail, so I like the hair there. I don't feel that I need any more of it. And I think I have a little bit of hair going on the chest. Like, hair that only I notice, I feel. I feel like no one else would ever notice it, but I notice it. And I don't think I have any hair on my back, and I don't want it, you know, like. So yeah, I feel like more, you know, as long as there's more hair here on the head, you know, everything's good. And maybe give me a little bit more hair on my legs, but excuse me, I burped. Whatever, shit, I do it. You do too. Well, the seriousness of that, eh? You do too. Acne, okay? I don't need any more help there. Obviously, as you can see, you know, that's something that I wouldn't want. So, I wouldn't want to lose hair up here. I wouldn't want any more hair all around here, which is already hairy enough as it is. And I wouldn't want more acne, because I got that shit on my face, got on my neck, got on my back and my shoulders, got on my chest, I've got it on my ass. You just want to fucking jump me, don't you? Like, sounds so sexy, doesn't it? Pus and everything. Oh yeah, rolling it, baby. No, in all honesty, it really isn't as bad as I just made it sound. Like, when I say I have acne, I don't mean I have acne in all these places all going on at the same time. It really doesn't look that bad when my clothes are on. Okay? I'm just saying. It was an overshare, and I realize that now. That, yeah, I don't need any more help in that department. You know, I don't need help in the hair, don't need help in the acne, I need help in the muscle, that definition, you know, need some help in the deeper voice, you know, need some help in the shape of my face, like, I mean, look at my face, look at these cheeks, you know, don't you see my hair? Pretty kick-ass, isn't it? I mean, look at that shit. Fucking dope, eh? Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. Wow! I totally just got off what I was saying. What was I saying? Never make videos when you're tired? I don't like the idea of my emotions changing. Like, I don't want any more anger. I already have anger problems as it is, you know. It's taken me a long time to not rage, so the idea of already having anger and having more anger doesn't really seem very cool to me. The idea of not being able to cry? Holy fuck. yeah, so not being in touch with my emotions. Like, I'm a very emotional person, and honestly, I don't necessarily like being as emotional as I am. Like, I keep hitting shit, because I really am, like, seriously fucking emotional. Like, I can cry from a fucking commercial. Any fucking movie that involves, like, animals or people dying, you know, even if it's cartoon, that shit has me wailing, dude. Like, I'm really emotional. So, the possibility of being less emotional in some ways and more emotional in others, it's like, um, having less sadness sounds pretty cool. Having more anger doesn't sound very much fun. But not being able to cry, not being able to think the way I used to think, there's positives and negatives to that. A big hesitancy for me when it comes to starting tea is that even though I believe that we're all just people, you know, this whole gender thing is just socially created, you know, that male and female is so fucking different. And I feel, on one hand, that men and women are basically the same thing. The only difference is, you know, the way we pee. And obviously, chicks have babies and get their periods, so really the dudes are the luckier of the two. But, so even though I feel that, you know, men and women, they can all do the same shit, they can all wear the same shit, you know, that we're all just beings and that we should stop, you know, labeling people. When you look at it from, you know, a standpoint of neurology, and I really hope that I just used the right word, because if I didn't, then I'll look like an idiot. But the brain, right? Like, if you look at a male brain, a female brain, they're completely different fucking brains. Well, not completely different, but there is, like, an actual difference, specific difference between the two. So the way the brain actually, you know, thinks, which is, you know, the way you think, is in direct, you know, ness with the way you feel. So that means that if you're looking at it at the actual standpoint of the brain, men and women are completely different. The way they think and feel is different, and the way they react to situations is different. So the incomplete thought process is different. The hormones affect, you know, they each have their own hormones, so they're affected in completely different ways to life situations. So that actually does make men and women completely different. If you're looking at it from like the brain point of view. So when I look at it like that, the idea that taking, you know, these hormones would change my brain, and so then change the way I think, who's to necessarily say that I'm gonna enjoy that, you know what I mean? Because certain ways that I think and feel, you know, I like. Certain ways that I think and feel, I'm like, God, you know, if I could get rid of that, if I could nix that and trade that shit, you know, I do that. But but at the same time, even the things that I deem negative are still what make me me. So, do I really want to change that? But then again, what if I take this hormone and yeah, it does change the way I think and feel and react to things and situations, but it could actually change everything for the better. You know, I could be learning and thinking and feeling in a completely new way and enjoy it. You know, and that it was meant to be me all along. That's the way I was supposed to envision things all along. Or it could be completely negative and I'm not liking the way everything's working out now. Or a real beautiful thing would be to take the things I like about myself now and then, you know, go on this hormone and take the things that I like about that person, and combine, you know, my past with my possible future, you know, and make just this really cool way of thinking and feeling and seeing the world. And yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think so. But yeah, I'm still very hesitant about actually using testosterone. Like, I don't have the money, you know, I can't afford it, and even if I could afford it, I'm very sensitive to things, so I think I'd be really sensitive to that. So I would prefer to do it natural, the way I prefer anything and everything else to be natural. I'm a health nut, so even when it comes to transitioning, you know, I want to do a natural transition. Like, you know, exercising and eating a healthy diet, which I already do. I'm just really bad at exercising though. I never do that shit because I'm like, fuck, I'm already really healthy in every other aspect of my life. Why do I have to do this? But yeah, if I, you know, eating healthy, exercising, taking supplements, you know, natural, good for you, you know, stuff that isn't gonna like kill you or give you cancer or something, like natural supplements. And yeah, and just build up testosterone that way. That'd be pretty sweet. Yes.